You are a real estate wholesaler who knows exactly how to find the ARV of any given property. You know the area well and you know how to find cash buyers, but still you offer way too much money. Why is this? It's because you don't actually know how much work the house actually needs. You offer way too much money because you think that it doesn't need as much work as it does. You don't know your repair numbers. Therefore, no matter how much you know about wholesaling, if you know the ARV, you know how to find the buyers, you live in that area, but you don't know exactly how much work the house actually needs, you have a dead deal. What's up guys, No Flippin' Secrets here, I'm Jesse. Today I'm going to be showing you exactly how to calculate your repairs so that you never overprice an offer ever again. You can figure out your maximum allowable offer by taking your ARV and then taking out your repairs by moving backwards. Then you know exactly how much you need to offer in order to make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 on each and every deal. I'll walk you through everything step by step, and if you wait to the end, I have a little goodie for you to make finding repairs even easier. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, let's take a property like this for example, in San Antonio, Texas. The first thing that we want to do when calculating repairs is figure out what the square footage of the home is. In this instance, it's going to be 1580 square feet. Now sometimes, for example, this one is listed for sale. Sometimes you're going to be talking to people off market. So sometimes Zillow won't tell you exactly what the square footage is. So it's important that you ask the seller what the square footage of the home is, because this is the determining factor of how much work a house needs. The difference between 1,500 square feet and 2,000 square feet can make or break a deal. So now we know that it's 1,580 square feet. Now let's keep this in our back pocket because we need to move on to step 2, which is looking at the pictures. Now let's take a look at some of these pictures. So landscaping probably needs to be done. This fence is pretty ugly. Backyard needs to be done. It looks like it needs some flooring. So in my head, I'm calculating all the work that needs to be done. It doesn't have to be super exact, but just give yourself an idea of what it needs. New doors, paint, flooring really is what I'm looking at right now. And then it looks like there's like a patch in the wall that needs to be fixed. I'm guessing the kitchen is not too hot. Oh, I guess that's the kitchen. That's probably part of the kitchen, so needs a new kitchen, needs a new bathroom. Really, when you're determining repairs, you want to compare it to an HGTV home, or if there aren't any HGTV homes in your area, you want to compare it to the nicest homes in your area. Some neighborhoods don't warrant like a lot of repairs, but most do. But if there's a neighborhood that doesn't, then you want to go based off of the houses that are in the best condition. So bathroom probably needs to be done. This one definitely needs to be done. I don't know what happened in this bathtub, but it doesn't look too good. Oh, yikes. Okay, here's the kitchen. Yeah, for sure. Needs a new kitchen. This whole thing needs to just be torn out. I don't even know what this is. I'm just gonna ignore that part of it. I don't think that's part of the home. I think that's like a little shed. Oh, I think that might be like a little garage space or a shed. Yeah, that's a ridiculous. Okay, that's the shed. Yeah, and then again, the landscaping. So really in my head, I'm thinking the major repairs is gonna be the kitchen and the bathrooms, paint, flooring, and then some landscaping, really. It's looking like it's gonna need some new paint on the outside too. It's hard to see the roof. Okay, yeah, it definitely needs paint all throughout. So you're really just getting an idea of all the work that needs to be done, and then calculating the repairs is gonna be super simple. Just watch this. So after we've determined the condition, we know that it's in rough shape. Let's see, this one says rehab ready. We can look at the description if it has one, and we can see what else it needs. Supports an efficient cosmetic and mechanical update to maximize the ARV. So it needs a mechanical update as well. So those are major repairs like electrical, I'm guessing it would probably need. I'm not so sure about the roof. If I were to call this realtor, I would ask them to send me more pictures of the roof just to see if there's any work that needs to be done to it. So I'm thinking floor, paint, kitchens, bathrooms, and then electrical is what it looks like. And then without calling the realtor, we won't be able to determine if it needs plumbing or foundation issues or something like that. So we'll go off of these repair numbers so far. Okay, let's see this. Air conditioning. We'll also add some air conditioning in there. So air conditioning and electrical. Now there's really three major categories of calculating repairs. There's light rehab, medium rehab, and heavy rehab. And then there's a fourth, which is full gut, which is just like everything needs to be taken down to the studs and just redone. So this one I think is probably a pretty heavy rehab. I don't think it's gonna be light or medium. Light rehab is gonna be really just cosmetic stuff, like paint and carpet is really all that covers as a light rehab. And then a medium rehab is gonna be some kitchens and bathrooms in there as well. And then a more heavy rehab is when you start adding different major items. That's when it starts to become heavy and it's like basically a full remodel. And then full gut is just tear it down. like just tear it down to the studs and just rebuild everything, add the walls in and everything. So I think that this is a pretty heavy rehab. So now I'll show you exactly how to calculate the repairs, because once we have this condition in our mind, now it's very easy to calculate the repairs. Just watch this. Here's how it's done. If you go to the description of the video and you go to my website, noflippingsecrets.com, and if you put in your information, this will get sent straight to your inbox. Don't worry, it's free. All you have to do is put in the square footage of the home. If you want to put in the address so that you know which property you're talking about, you can do that. This is 1580 square feet. So right here, I'm gonna put in 1580. And there's three different tiers, light, medium, and full gut. This is gonna be more towards a medium with maybe a couple majors. You see kitchen and bath updates, some flooring, paint, minor systems work. This is really what we're looking at. Now that brings us to $47,400 in repairs, which seems pretty accurate to me. I would possibly add another $5,000 or $10,000 just in case there's any other major repairs needed, say like the roof or foundation or the plumbing. But let's go with this number for now. $47,400 as our repair cost. Now, in order to calculate our MAO, all we need to do is work backwards. So I don't know what the ARV of this is, but let's just say it's $200,000. Now, if the ARV is $200,000, right here I'm gonna type in 200,000. And this calculates your MAO. So it subtracts repairs, profit, things like that. This is what an investor uses in order to calculate their offer. So it brings us to a total maximum allowable offer of $85,200. Now this is what an investor would pay. This doesn't mean that you can get the contract at $85,000. This is your maximum, which means $0 made. If you offer $85,200, this is what an investor will pay. If you want to make $10,000, then you need to offer about $75,000. Now this person listed it for $139,000. So you go to the realtor and you offer them $75,000. Then you can sell it to an investor for $85,000 and make $10,000. Again, this is free. If you go to the description of the video, I have all the information there. I use this to determine my repairs for any property that I have, and it's super simple. Just put in the square footage and your ARV, and that's really it. It's really that simple. Total, this is really only gonna take you about 30 seconds. As long as you have the property and you know the condition, you just look at the pictures and you figure out what work needs to be done, and then you put it into the repair sheet calculator, and then bam, you got your repair number. And then you put in your ARV, and then you have your maximum allowable offer. From there, you just make the offer and you make the money. So it's really simple. It takes about 30 seconds. I think it's not as complicated as a lot of beginner wholesalers try to make it out to be. They think that they need to be a contractor or get quotes and other people out there to tell them what needs to be done, but really it's super simple. This isn't an exact pinpoint number. It differs from address to address. Different places across the US use different numbers and metrics, but this is generally correct throughout all 50 states. And you're gonna get a really good idea of what repairs need to be done for basically any property in the United States. Once you get this property under contract, I also have a contract template on my website. It's also free, just for you, for being a supporter of the channel. If you want to download that, you can. Then you don't have to worry about what contract to use. This is the contract that I've used for every single one of my wholesale deals up until now. So everything is free for you, just for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching, and thank you for always supporting. I'm gonna try to bring the best videos possible to you. Until then, I will see you soon, and thank you for watching No Flippin' Secrets. Peace!